Oh, oh. Yeah, I was hoping people can hear it everywhere. Not entirely sure, but it's certainly worth the attempt. uh, Thank you guys. We're going to do some team training. I won't be able to see any comments or anything. But maybe Tina or someone can relay questions. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, you're live.
Yes. I put it on StreamYard so it could stream everywhere. I guess that's one way to do it. Changing my name to Janetti. Then I'm eating a bit of spaghetti. Yeah, hello. See, we live. There's Mrs. Blunt. Hey, everybody. So the only way I could go live everywhere was to put StreamYard and then go in with my phone and say hi, everybody. All right. So I don't know, Tina, if we got some clever way to put a phone, or maybe I'll just walk around with it like this. That's fine. Good morning, everybody. You all look like you could do with another hour of sleep. Nah, I mean, I'm here. It's good to see everybody. So I'm gonna do some community building, leadership training, tips and stuff. It's good to have a refresher from time to time. I'm sure all of you know all this stuff. Where's our MIAs? Oh, I see. Okay. Tina, where's Tina?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, somebody put the phone on. Like a phonema thing. Okay.
Speaking about phones, can I ask them if you take the notes on your phone, it's fine. It's no phone call, no texting.
No, nice. So where's it live? Oh, good, good. Yeah. I thought you caught the thingy. Yeah, I don't know if anybody will even watch, but if they ask a question, you can let me know. No, it's more, it's going to record it, and it's just in case anybody wants to watch, you know. Okay. You can, yeah. Yeah, if you like, that sounds good. Can do some sharing. Sharing is scaring. Tanivi, enjoy. Oh, I see there's rinkies and bum bums at the back there. Hoi. I remember back in the days, Alva used to give me a nice hug. Remember when you used to give me nice hugs? Are those days still now? Give me a hug with my hug. Are you shy now? Yeah, here comes my potato. Yo. Yeah, that was a nice sprinty. Say hi, everybody. So I don't know how my daughter goes from shy to not shy to shy to not shy. Is it because you're so pretty? Yes. You look like you're about to dance.
Yeah, we are dancing.
Are you dancing today? Nice. 5, 6, 7. Doink. No. Love you. What is this? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
You can put your phone here.
No, that's fine. I'll walk around. Otherwise, I'll be locked into one place. But thank you. Okay. All right. All right. So there's a couple of like cool principles. You always have to be at that time in your life where you're ready to absorb things that you already know at a confirmation level. So everybody who's listening live, we've got a very good team, both here in our NGO ecosystem. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Fine. Yeah.
Hi.
She's like, leave me alone. I just woke up. There's our key leader, but sleeping right now.
Hi.
Lehigh. So there's a lot of things that we have to be ready to hear, because you have to already be mature as a leader at a certain point before you can understand the next levels of communication. And our team is really good. Our on the ground team is really, really good. We are very, very unified in purpose. There's not a single person who's not committed to the battle. So it's great to do these kind of level up things. Usually, I should do this more often, but I kind of realized the other day that I'm slacking because I should be imparting things. And for the past bunch of wisdom sessions, it's been stuffing around there. But I guess it helps just to recover from the burnouts and just hang out together.
The wisdom comes out whether you're stopping around or not.
Fine, build me up then. Mandy's. What's that? Buttercup. Build me up, Buttercup. Yeah. Okay. So let's just define unity, because it's a subject that comes up often. The reason that we are spectacularly unified as a team, this and the game team, I think a couple of those folks might watch this, and we'll probably get a soundbite or two out of this. The reason we're really good at what we do, the reason that our NGO is doing well, all our NGOs, all of our departments, all our campaigns, everything is doing well. It's growing nicely. The reason that OSP as a community is doing well is because the principle of unity is there. Now, unity is not us agreeing with each other. That's impossible. It's literally impossible. People say, well, if for a marriage to work, we have to agree with each other. Impossible. I love my wife, but she's a completely different human being to who I am. Our objectives as humans are completely different. Where Mandy's priority would be household, then community. It has to be that way. Otherwise, there'll be no community, because, there'll be, if there's no household, there's no community. So you're going to hear me say this once, and then don't take it out of context. But the only time that charity kind of begins at home has to be from the point of view, I guess, of one of the partners. So for Amanda, she's got to make sure that all the kids are fed first. Me, a community has to come first, and I can't put the community first unless I know that Amanda is taking care of, or Mrs. Funk is taking care of the household. The kids are safe. The kids are warm. The kids are. So when you've got a team like that, those objectives, because they're two separate people, those objectives are going to align. So in a team, you identify all the personal objectives. You get excited about people's personal objectives, and the last thing in the world that you want is for people to agree with you. That is the absolute worst leadership scenario. That's how you build little fake empires, where, because, there's two routes to inverted commas unity. The one is with a dictator in charge, and you don't have an opinion, how dictator leads. If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Yeah, that's how a dictator leads, and it's certainly easier and more convenient to lead that way. It's hey, Christy, I feel that it's much easier for us to. Why don't we rather just lead like that?
It's not right.
It's not right. Yeah. A share of people, you got to micromanage, and it feels like a good solution in the short term, but we don't do it that way because, so as a Christian NGO space, our model of leadership development, leadership training is what Jesus did, which is discipleship. Discipleship is where you spend time with a person to get that person to buy into your modus operandi, your way of doing things. Like Jacques has got an amazing policy. If we didn't raise you, we don't hire you. That's our hiring policy on the ground here. If we didn't raise you and train you, we can't hire you. Why? Because you don't know our overall vision. It's not part of who you are. And that's where unity comes in. Unity is where someone loves that vision. So let's take the OSP game, for example. Many people, there's 132 directors across OSP, Citadel, and Only Believe. 132 seats. And all of them have this one vision in common. They've all got this altruistic, make the world a better place vision in common. They might be separate in objectives. There's people in there who want to make profit, but they're in that ecosystem where we're going to make the world a better place and make a profit. Some are in there to have fun. We're going to make the world a better place and we're going to have fun. Like here on the ground, we've got the singular goal of building this kind of Christian Disney. We see it, we excited about it, we're passionate about it, but not everybody in the ecosystem is going to do it the same way. Coach Carl and Kathy are going to feed people, and we're going to end up with a warehouse and feed 14K. We're going to feed 14,000 kids every single day in this region. Every single kid in every single school is not only going to be fed, they're going to have every possible thing. But if all of us were only focused on that, we wouldn't build the facilities that we need. We wouldn't be focused on infrastructure. Like Jacques, I saw Jacques sent a document and it's got all sorts of governance and all sorts of things in there. The dude can't go in anywhere without there being a strategy. Yeah. Now, if all of us thought like that, we'd drive each other nuts. Because it takes a lot of focus, energy, and concentration to even read a chapter of anything. So you'll have certain people who are focused on certain things, and then you read it, you digest it, and then you walk around for a couple of days, weeks, months, whatever it is, and it becomes a part of your thinking, and that's what that person does. And for every single person to find that place, it's the body. The body's got eyes, ears, nose. You're part of a body where Jesus says he's the head of that body, and the rest of us, me, I get to be the bum. You know, I'm okay with that. As long as I'm in the body, I'm happy. You know, but it's a body. Everybody's got separate functions. But for those functions to operate efficiently, you don't even bother starting to try and even train people until you have a clear vision. So in every case, we have a clear vision. We've got a very clear vision here on the ground for OSP, for Breakthrough, for Overcomers itself, for Feed 14K. We've got very, very clear visions, things we want to accomplish, things we want to do, whether it's on the ministry side of things, NGO side of things, kids things, doing massive concerts, you know, politically, very clear vision, very, very clear vision. Whenever, you know, the only time I really step into any arenas, like if you'll see me step into the political side of things when I see one or two people trying to shift that vision. Like the vision there is salt. That's it. You know, South African Advance, our focus is salt. So when someone says, no, we should make it salty, then I said, no, there's no why at the end there. The vision is salt. That's the job. That's so my job, and you'll always have a vision lead. In Christianity, the term is a prophet. That's your visionary. It's a person who gets a picture from God. In the gaming thing, my job is to make sure that our vision is clear all the time. And we have an exceptional team. We have brilliant people, but they have to work hard on multiple battlefields all the time. And sometimes it's very easy while you're on the ground to lose sight of the mountain, you know, and the mountain is the vision. So, and sometimes you start to believe that your strategy as individuals, we kind of start to think, okay, it's a possibility that my strategy should be the vision. I'm not saying that happens. Yeah, the reason it doesn't happen here is because we have a very, very healthy ecosystem where we constantly focus on the bigger vision. That's why prayer is so powerful, because prayer just helps you. You're always praying for that big thing, you know, always. You're always focused on that big thing. There's a nugget that goes, just keep the main thing the main thing. You just always keep the main thing the main thing. It's like when you're learning to drive fast or go on a bike, you don't look at the corner you want to go through. You look on the other side of the corner. Your body will do the rest. Your subconscious motor function will do the rest. It'll take you through that corner, because when you're going very, very fast on a bike, your reactions have to be subconscious. You're not going to consciously take a corner at 260 kilometers an hour around a sweep. You've got to look over there, and then your body will do the rest. And it's the same way. Jesus tells us where to look, and his body does the rest. So if the eyes are consistently on the prize, on the big vision, then you're going to have people coming up dynamically who have different ways to get there. And our job is to celebrate those people, get excited about them, which we're very, very good at. We are able to build the big things that we're building because we are so exceptional at celebrating what people are passionate about doing within that vision. So there are some tools that you need to accomplish that. So first off, and this is stuff we're all pretty good at. So now I'm just going to give some of the higher grade principles. So we'll start off with understanding the differences in gender. Obviously, there's always an exception to the rule, but in general, if you want to avoid conflict, it's important to really understand psychometrics. If you don't understand psychometrics, there's going to be a lot of conflict because psychometrics is an understanding of the different personality profiles that people have. Anybody who does not know psychometrics is going to struggle in leadership, like really struggle. You'll have constant conflict. So if you see there's like, I don't know if you've been into places where you just check that church or whatever, they're just fighting the whole time because they take everything personally because they don't understand that persons are individuals. There's no blanket thing. Psychometrics, it's different people are different. So there's different tests, that you can do. If you ask your chat GPTs or your Geminis or Claudes or Groks, what is a psychometric test? Can you help me with my psychometric profile? Can you help me understand other people's profiles? All of those things that can actually write psychometric tests themselves for your team. That's very, very cool. We're in 2025 now. But if you don't understand everybody's individual psychometrics when you deal with them, your emotional intelligence just goes stagnant. And, it's constant conflict. So we don't have constant conflict here. We've just got normal skirmishes from time to time when we're all under pressure. But the reason that we don't have so much conflict is because one of our focuses and why I do wisdom sessions and Bible studies with the fruit of the Spirit is because my goal is to I impart the spirit of might. The spirit of might requires emotional intelligence. So I'm consistently doing my best to impart emotional intelligence development awareness into our team. And I do the same with the OSP, the game development team, the Citadel team. I'm consistently, intentionally working on people's emotional intelligence to become aware that it is easier to work with allies than it is to work with enemies. So you don't want to create enemies unnecessarily, but the thing about having the same vision is you'll have the same enemies. Like I always test, I'm always testing people to see if they've got a problem with the same person I've got a problem with, because I define whether or not someone is a danger to me and by seeing if they're a danger to the vision, whatever vision I'm in. And if I don't like somebody, and I mean don't like them, my levels of things are to burn that person in hell forever. Those are the degrees. And you say, well, that's not very godlike. If you believe that kind of thing, God sends people to hell himself. Jesus talks about eternal damnation. So even God has got degrees that he's not interested in. Those are people who reject his kingdom. And you have to consider whatever you're building as a kingdom. There's a modus operandi in that kingdom, and emotional intelligence development, psychometrics, that kind of thing is going to help you determine what kind of people you want in your kingdom. So we know that anything we build in our kingdoms, we want selfless people. We want kind people. People are respectful and kind, and we want mature people who are not offended by every little thing. Okay, so psychometrics also means that you've got to understand that when it comes to genders, man and a woman, it's very rare that we're the same. So even if dude's struggling with which gender he is, or a lady struggling with which gender they are, they still gonna have either testosterone or estrogen driven emotional proclivities. You understand? Like men are driven by ego. We are egotistical human beings. We thrive on respect. We like a man's entire makeup is to feel respected. We can't walk around and say respect me. Very weak men say stuff like that. Strong men go and earn that respect. There's the term, they command respect. If somebody who's worthy of respect, who's earned respect, walks into a room, there's an aura about them, like there's a thing where someone sits down and you can see, okay, that person has survived things that I haven't even attempted yet. And you'll automatically kind of give that person respect. Women require appreciation. It doesn't matter how tough a woman is, if she does not feel appreciated, you're going to have a bad day. You know, doesn't matter how strong they are. If you don't recognize the things that women do for you, there's always an exception to the rule. Some people are sociopaths. They're not driven by, emotion and stuff like that. It's a problem, there's people who weaponize their hardships and stuff and become narcissistic. But that's like, less than 1%, less than 0.001%. Most women in general, if you want to get the best out of them, you have to appreciate them. That is why, like on a Tuesday evening, like last Tuesday, we did, so every Tuesday evening we go live and we talk about, gaming for good. And then like last Tuesday, we had girls and guys on stage. And, it's very, very difficult to get, especially our ladies who are very busy in our ecosystem, to get them on stage. And to keep them on stage is quite something else. To get Mandy and Mavis and Kat and Christy. And in the end, we'll get Tony V up there and we'll get Charmaine up there. That'll be cool. It's challenging because women in general have very complex and busy lives. They've got a lot more responsibilities in general than a man, and men are like, what are you talking about? So I had an intense revelation when because I was a man trapped in a woman's body for 9 months. I'm not kidding. Yeah, the little periscope comes out of the belly button. Yeah. It's funny, yeah. But because I had the privilege of doing the dance thing, I already much earlier realized it, and was always okay with my wife taking long to get ready to whatever in the mornings. Then I would say, okay. Even when we were pastoring a church, I would just say, okay, I'm going to zoot ahead. Even when we were working in church, I'm going to zoot ahead. I didn't lock her into what time she must arrive somewhere, because I don't have to shave my legs in the morning. And, yes, women do 5,000 things before they can. It's like, one of my favorite choreographed pieces, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, but I've shown you that video with those girls that dance. It's like perfect. That I've shown you before, Lovey. I can't remember now, but it's like, yeah, it's like a ballet. It's like perfect. It is a perfect. But I can't show it publicly because there's one swear word in the song they dance to. Why? But anyway, it's like perfectly choreographed. It is the most perfect and well choreographed piece that I've ever seen. And I started watching it, and so girls who do contemporary dance, usually, they got like muscular legs. They look like they can kickstart a Boeing. It's like a flipping, they're like strong, like really strong legs. And they're all dancing in like looks like lingerie things, it's not burlesque. So it's just, they, like ballet costumes. Yeah. And you notice immediately all the, so I'm watching that thing and I'm thinking before that thing was shot, everybody was shaving legs, putting cream on. Like, dudes, man, we'll just walk there and dance, it's just, let's go. That chick spent like 3 hours probably getting ready. They probably had to wake up and then travel there to that studio. And I don't know how many times they would have had to dance that thing to get it right, so their day was far longer because it's just so much more complex. Now, if you don't understand stuff like that, you're going to struggle to lead or follow women in leadership. You're really going to struggle. So, understanding that, why do women do stuff like that? Why, put a bit of makeup on, do that kind of thing, get the hair all nice, shave the legs. So why do they do that? Because what drives them is different to what drives dudes. Like, a guy who's at the gym staring at himself in the mirror all day, it's a little bit unnatural, a little gay, Yeah, suck yours. You get a little self-absorbed stuff, it's, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, I used to have a six-pack. I didn't really stand and stare at it in the mirror.
You had a six-pack, but you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had a six-pack. I just thought I was skinny. No, an eight-pack. All the dancing and stuff. I was when it becomes self-aware now lately, I'm like, I got to watch this thing here. My belly. But there's a different dynamic. So when you work with women, you can't work with women the same way you work with men, and you can't work with men the same way you work with women. You have to understand that there are differences. And what I just said now is not like the only difference. Just grow up. I can just hear the dumb cogs in some people's heads turning across the world. I can just hear the stupidity. Can you hear that? It's like getting offended about, just shut your demonic thing down that's talking to you. All right. So if you want to be efficient in community building and stuff, so last Tuesday, ladies are up on stage there, and then between two guys, they spoke 40 minutes. So I was very unhappy about that. And then, now Senior Choice is awesome because I can just mention something and he's on it like white on rice. I said, listen, give the ladies like planning. They like to be, you don't just like say, okay, next one speak. And then the ladies will just sit there, because men will just jump in and speak because by nature we're more rambunctious. Yes. That's why we dominate conversations. So ladies will sit at a table, men will talk, and you think ladies don't have much to say. Like a lot of the men will say, yeah, the ladies are quite quiet. Ladies are only quiet because we're loud. If you, yeah, it depends on the household. Yeah, some guys are quiet. Yeah. Well, I mean, Jack says one word every 42 years.
It's important.
Yeah, it's an important. Yeah. But in general, I mean, Christy's well spoken. You've seen Kat's well spoken. Like that, when I'm in the room, they're quiet, quietish and listening. So I'll exit the room. Then the ladies are chatting and laughing. I mean, I've often been like chilling, doing something in my office, and then maybe the ladies are there in the kitchen or whatever, and you hear them. They'll chat nonstop, 3 hours, no problem, loud, happy. You walk in there. They stop because women tend to be a lot more respectful in general. Men, we're a rambunctious bunch. We're wired for war. Battle, war, loud, attack. I'm gonna say my opinion. Like that's, we're different. So if you want to build a community, and let me tell you now, for those of you listening, if you want to build an exceptional community, you need exceptional women. It's not difficult to find men who want to go to battle, but behind the scenes, there's a certain atmosphere that women create. Women are spectacularly consistent when they buy into something. They also grow and multiply anything you give them. Just biologically. One teeny weeny little spoon and a human comes out, like they steward, things. Yeah, the winner. Yeah. Yeah. The winner or the cheat or whatever it is. Yeah, but it's incredible. I've seen how if I want a happy household, I just make sure that Mandy has everything that she needs to produce that household. And I like order because I'm chaotic. Well, I'm not chaotic. I'm super disciplined, but work produces huge elements of chaos. And I don't want to look away from my battle, come home from a battle into another battle. I'm not interested in that, So often I'll go upstairs and I'm exhausted. And I just want to see Mandy, just get a kiss, a hug, because she's my safe place. I don't want to go from one war to another. And so if you want that vibe in your vision, then you've got to work hard to make sure that women feel welcome. If you just want to have a bunch of guys in there, then which will usually devolves into a failure. Things usually fail when there's just men involved because the conflict is serious with men. And things die when women are not involved. Do you realize that? Just about anything you build is going to die unless you get women involved. And the more women that are excited about being there, the more you'll have strong men in that ecosystem as well, because they have no problem. Like Senior Choice is a kind guy, but you can see that's a strong man, because he has the ability to put other people first. And last night I could see all the ladies on stage felt appreciated because they could just share what they wanted to share. And it's already terrifying going up on stage. It's because X spaces are so stupid. You got to push a button before you can talk. And then you're wondering, how do I get all my thoughts into 3 minutes? And stumble over your words. You can't see people's reactions.
There's no.
Yeah, there's no, yes. Yeah, so, I mean, who you're starting to get used to it? I think, Kat, you used to it now. You don't care. You just jabber, right? You used to it, yeah. So you'll get used to it after a while. Yeah, the extroverts are used to it, yeah. Yeah, they're fine. But it is awkward. I don't like it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to contact. Yeah. But along those lines. So again, those psychometrics apply there as well. The different personality profiles, the outgoing, the introvert, introverted, outrovert, the outroverted, introvert, the perfectionist, the salesman, the driver, the supporter. Those different profiles, they also come into play as individuals for women and for men. But in any ecosystem, you really, really want to make the men feel respected and the women feel appreciated. And if you're really good at what you're doing, you'll make women feel appreciated and respected, and men feel appreciated and respected. Because after all, we're still all kids, grown-ups are just big kids trying to raise little kids to be better kids than we are. Because I still feel like a kid, in many ways. I'm still a goofball. And if we hang out with Jack, you'll hear him cracking silly little kid jokes just like the rest of us. Dad jokes all day. We've been cracking dad jokes since before we were dads. We just use it as an excuse. No, it's a dad joke. Meanwhile, that's just who we are, So, so what's the time? Okay, 20 minutes. So it's very important. You've got to become obsessed with understanding the psychometrics and gender dynamics of, how to work with men, how to work with women. And it's very simple. Don't make a man feel disrespected. Don't make a woman feel unappreciated. Like, intentionally work on those things. Whether it's in marriage or community building or whatever it is, you want people to love being in your ecosystem. Recognition is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. So Now we continue with some higher grade wisdom here. Um, when you're building anything, there's a chain of command. People usually don't like chain of command. They don't even like the term chain of command. But a chain of command is, you can't build anything without it. You know, too many chefs spoil the broth. You know, I mean, you can have 12 professional chefs, all who know what they're doing, and if they're all working on the same pot, it's going to taste terrible. So you need a chain of command. You need to know who has authority where. You're going to have people who have specific roles, responsibilities. People have specific objectives. People have specific responsibilities. I try to stay out of people's way as much as I can, because in the chain of command, even though I usually have position of authority of some sort in that chain of command, I hated, and still do, but I did then as well, hated when I was given responsibility without authority. I was like, why give me this responsibility if I can't apply, what I need to make this work? So I try to, as much as I can, stay out of people's way when they have delegated responsibility, because I've got to trust that I chose right, or God chose right, or that the person who stepped up is worthy, that they're ready, or that process will make them ready. That there will be failures and there will be whatevers. But I try not to, as much as possible, get in the way of process. You've got to let people mess up. Sometimes they mess up to a degree where it can sink an entire organization. So you've got to keep a tight eye, especially when there's money involved. But try not to get too much in the way. I just keep direction. And that's why you need to have as many status updates as you can. In the creative industry, because it moves so fast, you always have a production meeting and a status meeting. Production meeting is usually what needs to be done. The status meeting is how far are we, what does it look like? And you'd have those status updates pretty often, Mandy can tell you, because the designers tend to come up with their own ideas and they want to be creative and not give the client what the client wants. Right? Yes, interpretations. So there's often an interpretation through someone else's perspective, and that is why you want now this everybody's going to have to write down if they can. You want clear, consistent, concise, concrete, confirmed communication. Clear, concise, consistent, concrete, confirmed communication. I remember there was this couple who left our church that we were pastoring in town, and they told someone, no, they left it because Andrew just preaches the same thing over and over and over, just from different angles. It's like, exactly, that's how you disciple people. You teach and train and work the same things over and over and over and over, just from different angles, because you want to be clear, you want to be concise, you want to be consistent, you want to be concrete. Concrete means the damn thing doesn't change every 5 minutes. A plan is a plan. If we plan it, we do it. We don't deviate from what we planned. I've done so many events in my life, and obviously there's something called agile project management, where you got to be agile, right? You got to be able to change things as needed to deal with a problem. But if there's no problem, Stick to the plan, otherwise you'll lose your team. Most of your team, a small change and you can lose generals. Because most people are planners. Most people prepare themselves for something. And when it comes to delegated authority, if someone thinks that they are going to bring a glass of water at 5 minutes to 10, they're thinking about it, planning it, they're ready to do it, and your schedule moves. Something changes. You've just destroyed that person's life because they were ready at 5 to 10 with that glass of water. It was the entire focus of their day. They thought they were going to open in prayer. You ask someone else to open in prayer. You've just destroyed that person's life. Like utter destruction. Why? You say, well, that's an exaggeration. How can I destroy someone's life? Because we're driven by a need for respect and a need for appreciation and recognition. It drives us. It's a human quality. Who's ever been through a thing where you thought you were going to be nominated to do something, you prepared for it, and then someone else was called up? Hurts like hell. It's because we're not designed for that. That's not part of our design. We're not designed for rejection, for disappointment, for those things. There's very few people to whom those things do not matter. To most people, small things matter. That's why that communication has to be consistent, concrete. If someone is nominated for something, I learned this the hard way, because people don't tell you why they leave. They don't tell you why they back off. You only find out 20 years later, 30 years later. They don't want to be a nuisance. People, on average, people don't like conflict. So they'll just back off and disappear. And I lost many people because I didn't understand. And I used to say terrible things like, oh, well, then they can just go, Yeah, there's certain people, please go, But, like I thought, yes, like you didn't get to open in prayer. What does it, say some terrible narcissistic thing about, but the fact is, I had to learn the hard way, and that's why it's so much easier to build the OSP gaming ecosystem and Citadel ecosystem because I now intentionally remember as much as possible about what I ask people, and then I honor them for that 5-minute thing that they did. I honor them for that 3-minute thing. So in working with now, and this is very important, in a chain of command, what people don't realize is we're all leading each other. You're leading the person above you, whether you know it or not. Or rather, the better term is influencing. Influence is a form of leadership. Influence by proximity means you're imparting particular ways of thinking into a person above you in authority. A chain of command exists to produce order. So even the person next to you in authority, below you, that kind of thing, you deal with them as if you are responsible for them. One of the key principles, which, praise God, I learned as a teenager, was that my job is always to carry. The servant serves and carries. So if I'm a willing servant, Paul the Apostle calls himself a willing slave. So my responsibility is to be a willing slave. Like, I'm here to carry. That means I'm here to carry those in leadership to the left, those under me in authority. It's my job to serve them and carry them. In ecosystems where people expect to be served, they end up surrounded by sycophants, weak, dumb people. Yes men, yes women. you know, like they get surrounded by people who don't have their own drive, and they start to lose their personality, and they actually become ghosts. Now, I'm not talking about armor bearers. You know, some of us love serving. In a perfect world, I'd be under a king or a president or a pastor or whatever, and I would just be running around. I love that part. You know, I love like fetching water. Like I don't know if I'd be able to do it now. I'm too battle worn and stuff. You know, because it's so political. But that's my profile. I love to serve, and now I get to serve a community, and the best way that I can serve that community is to recognize that I serve them with opportunity by giving people opportunities to rise, to invest, to be part of things, to be responsible for things, to to be there, and the smallest thing that they do, I want to reward. You know, I can't wait until the Citadel app is set up and we can physically reward people like we kind of do on Arena. You know, give someone like every single day they rock up, they tip them with $5, $10. You know, that's like 50 rand, 100 rand, $200. You know, tip them like last night does, tipping everybody the whole time. You know, 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever. It was fun, and just for the smallest things they do. You know, you thank people in many, many different ways, but that recognition is part of that clear, concise, consistent, concrete, confirmed communication. So understanding people's gender, understanding people's psychometric profiles, and then understanding how important it is that communication is the responsibility of the communicator. So if someone didn't understand the instruction, it is your fault as the communicator. It is never their fault. Even if it's their fault, it is not their fault. If they didn't receive it properly, you were a bad communicator. That is how servanthood works. If someone wasn't there on time, you didn't communicate the importance of punctuality. You didn't make provision. You didn't help them. It's not other people's responsibility. Yes, it is, but it's not. Are you getting where I'm going? Efficient community building and leadership development is when, it's like Kat is good at that. She will try and help everybody get here on time. She'll make it her responsibility. I don't know if you still do that, but it's like when there's money, then you're like, let's try. And now it's frustrating because then people get entitled. They get rude. So, and I'm vicious with people who are entitled. Like there's people who demand a seat, just if you're watching this, Prophet Sobi always gets the front seat. I don't care if you're the president. I like him more than I like you, no matter who you are. That's yeah. When you have to demand skin him from us and so, but it is your responsibility. It's like, are the kids arriving late for something? Well, you have to look at the exigent circumstances. Like what circumstance right now in the moment makes it so difficult for them to be on time? We realized when we were doing youth things that often parents knew that youth would start at 8, so they left at 8 to drop the kids off at youth. So then what time would youth actually start? Yeah, well, you'd communicate that it starts at 7:30, then they can hang out. But if you say 8, youth actually starts at 8:30. You try not to let the parents realize that. Kids have to walk across town to get here. then you realize, okay, some of them might be late, but often those ones will get here before people who have transport. Why? Because the importation is working. What's valuable to you is becoming valuable to them. So, what is that? 4 minutes. So with these last 4 minutes, and then I have to go all the way there to end this. So, so the key for today, I think that I'd leave everyone with is number one, unity is not us agreeing with each other. It's an understanding of the vision. Be consistent in communicating your vision. So we're pretty good at that. Number two, which I think we're okay at, but if we excel at it, we'll grow a lot faster in all platforms, is don't communicate with men as if they're women and women as if they're men. Like, understand that you're talking to a lady right now, you're talking to a guy right now, and realize that the dynamics are spectacularly complicated. Men are driven by ego. They are useless when their ego is attacked. Most of us can see it, and that's where you really want to pray that God can help with that discernment. Discernment is emotional intelligence. That's what it is. When someone tells me I have spiritual discernment and to judge another human being, no, you don't. You wouldn't even have said that, because you should have discerned that I hate you now. Speculators, yeah. Speculation is not a ministry. It's a gift of speculations. Like the book of opinions. Yeah, don't tell me you've got discernment. Discernment, the gift of discernment. Bro, all gifts are born from the spirit of wisdom. All of the gifts, everything that you get is born in the spirit of wisdom. If you see destruction because of what you think is a spiritual gift, then it's in a lack of knowledge. The presence of wisdom will give you real discernment, because you will figure out, oh, that person's behavior just changed. Let me fix that quickly. How do you fix it? Usually that person needs, what does the ladies need? What do the guys need? Respect. So, yeah. If you want to, very difficult to give both to people, because usually you just want to kill them, But yeah, but at the very least, you'll know that you've if a lady feels unappreciated, it doesn't matter what you say. It's going to go through a filter of nothing I do matters, nothing I say matters. It's going through a filter where that person answers your needs with a sigh. And you might not see the sigh, but the sigh is there. It's like, maybe one day they'll appreciate me. In the same way, men fall apart. They when they feel like they're disrespected, you lose them. I've always been exceptional at putting teams together, not because I'm a good leader, but because I am a natural edifier. There's the word. So Senior Choice is a spectacular edifier. That's why he's the head of community. He's not the nostril of community or the bum of community. He's the head of community, because he's good at edification, strengthening. He's spectacular at edification. So I can be pretty rude and abrasive. I can be controversial, all those things. Why do people keep following? Because they feel respected and appreciated. Oh, do people feel heard with all my talking? What? What? The whole community? You feel heard and seen. I do all the talking. How the hell do you think you feel heard? Okay, let's go. I'll take it. I thought that was my weakness. I was like, I'm constantly like, damn, stop talking. but that's it. Like, you can get away with just about any mistake if people feel, especially women feel appreciated, men feel respected. It's actually not even that difficult. It's don't allow women to feel unappreciated. That's actually more accurate, and men to feel disrespected. And then you'll cook her. Like, be constant. Like, do any of the guys feel disrespected? Do any of the women feel unappreciated? So, which is difficult in African culture because an Afrikaner culture, basically any traditional religious cultures influenced by, like, the dark ages, where women don't have a voice, and then women rise to power and start thinking that all men are dumb. They're right, but don't show it. So if you are proactive, now we are very good at that in general, but it's a higher grade shift to get to that place where it's proactive. It's like an intentional thing. So Kathy's ministry, Intentional Atmosphere, is probably the most important ministry in our ecosystem, and I will know that we've achieved maturity when that is like our priority ministry. Why? Just those two words, intentional atmosphere. Like, when that becomes all we teach and all we're thinking about, it's not just a women's ministry. When Kathy said she was writing that book and just shared a couple of the principles, I realized I was not creating an intentional atmosphere. It changed my life. It was a life-defining moment. And when I realized that was actually in the dreams, that women have the power to create an intentional atmosphere. Women create an atmosphere wherever they go. And that atmosphere will either be for success or failure. It'll destroy. There's no middle ground. Women are very powerful. That atmosphere that they create, when a woman walks into a room, she doesn't have to say anything. You can tell. The entire spirit responds to it. The stalactites start to form, like the room freezes over. If Mandy's even in a slightly bad mood when I go upstairs, or she's irritated or whatever, it doesn't matter how good I feel. It's like a fridge forms over my spirit. No, not always. I mean, you haven't been consuming fiery for many years. Yeah, it's just irritated or whatever, late or whatever, then you can feel, like it'll suffocate whatever joy anybody in the room has, because women are exceptionally powerful beings. Guys, we just faff a bit. And if a guy's got that kind of, freeze over the room with their sulky thing, that's a child. That's still a little boy. It's not a man. Like, a man takes responsibility for the atmosphere in the room. Sees the lady is struggling, then he's like, okay, how can I fix this? Or let me just get out of here. Because sometimes women just need time, just don't, just, yeah, but that's the thing. Intentionally work on how can you make men feel respected. Now, ladies, you have to be careful, because men are so starved of respect that they might interpret it incorrectly. So that's why I rather focus on just not disrespecting rather than, respecting too much. Because
Intentionally respectful is your
Yeah, I mean, give your life partner as much as respect. And, you know, and this is what I've had to kind of figure out as well is if you make some ladies feel too appreciated, then they start to, because ladies in general are not appreciated. So if you just turn a little bit of warmth on, they're like, huh. Yeah, they'll want to take what's taken. Yeah. Yeah. For the single men out there, just if you make all women feel appreciated, you will be able to pick and choose. Yeah. But I think if you just like proactively just try to not make a woman feel unappreciated and not make a man feel disrespected. Now people argue, yeah, well, women also want respect. Just stop, man. Of course, you know, don't be disrespectful to anybody. But a lady can process disrespect a lot quicker than a man can. A lady will process it and deal with it. Men fall apart. They just stop, like they just stop functioning. They just want to be somewhere else because it's literally what you are as a man. Like men operate at their top capacity in military environments because military environments are all about respect and brotherhood. That's what drives men. So if you in a million years, do not use a nasty tone of voice, especially as a woman, to a man. Men, if I take tone with Donald takes tone with me, and we're on equal footing, there will be a physical fight. And ladies often don't understand that about men. You know, if you take tone with us, you're entering a battleground now. Like we've got to decide, are we going to compartmentalize? Are we going to hate you in secret? Or are we going to box now? Now, I can't box my wife. So what did I do for a long time? I was waging war with hatred in my spirit every time she took tone with me. Boxed myself, yeah. Because real men aren't going to hit that woman. Like ladies often, because you don't really punch each other. I don't know, you punched anybody, you know? Yeah, Christy's in general, they don't really. Yeah, it's not a normal thing. Yeah, they kind of say things, deal with it. They're friends the next day. With guys, it cooks. You know, it cooks. You know, that's why I still now telling you if we're gonna fight, let's fight. You know, I don't want to wait. Say, okay, you want to take me on? It's like someone told me, be careful in a message somewhere. You know, like I'm still like, come at me, bro. You threaten me. Let's dance. I'll take off my shirt right now. Let's go. Put some tattoos on me. Okay. Love you all. Don't eat your own poo. I can't even hang out and stuff because I got to go. Okay, fine. How about a kiss? Yeah. This is Mrs. Funk. She's very pretty. Look how big a dude I am. Now, there. See? Banana for scale. look at my little wifey. Love you all. Was that okay? Wasn't offensive? Was good? Are you all offended? Ah! How did I get? Ow! Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm blind.
Mr. Nelson, before you
Love you. Bye. All right, so we take you guys for a walk down to the river. Somebody was like, Zany last night said I must show you guys the river. I will show you the river. I'm not scared to show you the river. I can't see any comments. I'm only on my phone and it's going via StreamYard. So I'll show you the place. Let me just get Lily. So I think Lily's in the kitchen maybe. Janetti, you mind? Is Lily in the kitchen? Yeah, I'll open here and then you can just let her out and she can walk with me. I'm just going to go to the river. Let's open some garage doors and stuff here, man.
Are you taking us to the Ganges River?
Hey, Rob.
What up?
To
Sorry,
the Ganges.
I would have joined earlier. I just had some of that nasty work to do, man.
No, well, I mean, your timing's good because I was teaching a room full of chillins. I mean, not chillins, community leaders. Thought I'd go live and, well, we live everywhere. Let me just want to get Lily so we can go to the Ganges. Come, Lily, let's go walkies. I hear a sprinting. Oh, here we go. That's Lily. Oh, let me close the garage. Am I even still live? Oh, magic, poof. There we go. Many garage doors all over the place. How's it going, Rob?
Good new man.
Good. I jumped onto Zenny's stream quickly.
Are you there, sir?
Ah,
Yeah, I think
here
you're
I am.
losing
Here I am.
connectivities.
Ah,
Did your giraffe walk out of range?
I'm showing everybody the river.
The path.
Why is our positioning of the thingy so strange? Are you able to make it so that it's a bit bigger so people can see the river? Can you see it? Oh, there we go.
How do I put you front and center? If I go there, and then I go there.
Put the thingies by the thingies. Take everyone
that
for a
work?
walk, man.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's full screen landscape now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so this is our property, man. This is, well, it's the one where I live. We've got another one that we also use. So this is where this property is where most of the leadership development and stuff happens. There we've got a whole bridge. That's the entrance to the town. Goes over our property, which is awesome.
Le cool.
Very cool. Lekker van. Yeah, so we built this path over here. I walk on this every day, a prayer path. I like walking on it in the early hours of the morning. I said, the early hours of the morning. The morning. That's the river right in front of our property. It's a very pretty river. But like you can see, the last flood took away most of the riverfront. So we're busy building up a nice high riverfront on the side. So it's all a little bit ugly still. There's the... that last flood did some damage last year. Now we're waiting this year to see what this year's flood does. Well, technically it will be February 2026, the next flood. It's all under a bridge that goes over the property. Mr. Nasson keeps it all nice and Short.
You didn't say hi to Lenny while you were going through
Oh.
there, sir.
Hello, Andrews Bridge. There's an otter.
A dog otter.
A doctor.
The octa.
It's nice. The river is as wide as the bridge. So on this side, we've got nice privacy here there's a resort across the river. So the reeds kind of grow high enough that we don't have many eyes staring at us. It's very idyllic here. It's very pretty. Oh, got a nice. I hope I should have a nice cold cappuccino waiting for me. So I like to. This is kind of a secluded corner, so I like to come and pray here a lot. It's nice. Do my meditations, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, count. Spirit of the Lord, Spirit of the fear of the Lord. And I say all kind of Christian-y things while I'm praying. It's very pretty. Anyway, so there, it was requested and I've delivered. Should probably take a photo or two of the river because people haven't seen rivers before. Or do they specifically want to see our river, hey Rob?
Which is at the Citadel River, or the River of Gold.
The river of dragon blood. Blood. What was that where the dragons had golden blood? Oh, it was Beowulf.
Yeah.
No. Phew. And now the uphill. Put the fences up on the inside of our path so that the dogs can behave, and also there's all sorts of animals on the other side there that when you fence them off, it's quite interesting when you create fenced off areas, animals tend to make homes on the inside of those fenced off areas because it's safer from the larger predators. So you'll have a lot more cute small things running around, pooping on the floor, as is their custom. So the path goes all the way around the property. We're not going there. And then this is going into our backyard. See, so we're busy building a nice swimming pool here in our backyard for the community kiddies. It's getting cooler and cooler. It's hot today, so I've bet bottom dollar that the kids are going to want to swim. Then we're building the rest of our posse, which, if we weren't building a game, would have been built. That's funny. So someone was asking, Georgia wants to invest. And I said, well, like Vanguard Vision is more like Knights of the Round Table. We put money in there, but you don't really get anything out.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's an innie, not an outie. Yeah, it's our Knights of the Round Table vibe. But anyway, okay. I'm going to, I've arrived here at my command center. Look, see, there's the command center. There's my cappuccino. Cappuccini. A number plate. This is my. I don't actually gym. I just stretch with weights. Okay. Because you don't lift heavy things at my age. That's crazy. You get hurt. This is our
You
kitchen. Our kitchen.
you can get back to lifting heavy weights, man.
I don't want to. So the kids have got their little gaming station. This is Janetti.
Hi.
No, I don't want to get hurt, man. It's nice. I like lifting light things. I want to be a big buff beastiness. All right. I'm gonna end all the stream thingies all over the place. Let's see what's going on in Arena. 365 people. That's how many days. There's one person for every day of the week. Okay. There's B. Hey, B, aren't you at work today, B? I'm looking at Arena Social. All these people. There's Atlas. Good Lord. It's like all these old school gangsters here, man. So, B, so were you guys all there for the training thingy? Oh, in between meetings. Nice. Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. We got an awesome team, man. Nice. B heard it all. So now you're like clever. Now you can build big communities. There's Sheshi as well. Nice, man. Well, okay. Well, I'll see you guys all later. I'm gonna end the stream. Got many other things to do. Yes, now you're as clever as me. Clever. See you guys later. Where did I put StreamYard? StreamYard. About to StreamYard. Oh, nice. There's Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. So all sorts of cool people. All right. Catch you later, alligators.